Hello everyone, I'm bringing you what will be a very short unboxing video today, just looking at a couple of items of East German insignia which I've picked up recently, and these come from German.militaria, which is a web-based militaria store. It's based in the UK, so great for anyone in the UK who does collect East German militaria, insignia and so forth. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the shop as well in the video, and obviously give it a bit of a plug because it's a great place if you are based in the UK for picking up stuff from the MVA and East German police forces and so forth, if you're into collecting that sort of thing. Without further ado, we'll get into the main part of the video now and have a look at what's arrived. So as you can see from the size of the box here, we don't have a huge amount of stuff that's arrived, but nevertheless, hopefully these bits and pieces will be of interest. I can extract them here. There's something else in here as well. Let's have a look. Okay, so first of all, we have a set of Grenztruppen Fähnrich shoulder boards. So this is for the base rank of Fähnrich from 1979. The rank was introduced in the 1970s, and from 1979 there were different grades of Fähnrich, but this is the original rank, and then this carried on as the lowest grade from that point onwards. So you have that there, obviously shown by the field grey band around the outside, silver down the centre, a single gold rank star there, and then the Waffenfarbe of the Grenztruppen, the Grenztruppen green there, as you can see. Another set of shoulder boards here, which I didn't purchase. These have been thrown in for free, so thank you very much for these, Torsten, much appreciated. And these are for a Gefreite, so we have the single silver, actually metal in this instance, which is the latter way of doing this. You can see it's an attachment to a basic soldat shoulder board, so you've got the metal clips on the back there that just clips on. So that's the rank for Gefreite, as I remember, which is basically, I think, equivalent Lance Corporal, something like that in Western armies. I need to remind myself of exactly what the equivalent ranks were in the MVA. Fähnrich, I didn't mention this, is sort of a warrant officer grade. I'm going to talk about Fähnrich, the Fähnrich rank, in a little bit more detail going forward. It's a senior non-commissioned officer, basically equivalent warrant officer, and the introduction of this rank into the MVA paralleled that in several other, in the Soviet army and several other Warsaw Pact countries as well. And the final thing which has arrived is a rather nice thing. This is a qualification clasp, which is worn over the right breast pocket of the service uniform jacket. And this is for a dog handler. As you can see there, we have the head of an Alsatian in the centre there, obviously the national cockade and colours at the top, wreath, and then this sort of stylistic element, almost wings out to the side here, and then the Roman numeral I, which shows the first grade of classification, which is actually the highest, so it's the most proficient in this qualification, if you will. 1 through 3 could be seen in the little white lozenge at the bottom here. This is 1, you'd have the Roman numeral 2 for the second highest grade, and then the Roman numeral 3 for the third highest grade, for the lowest grade basically. Remove this from the plastic packaging and have a look at it in a little bit more detail. And there were various qualification clasps available for different roles within the military. Obviously dog handlers were very important with the Grenztruppen, but they served in other parts of the East German military forces as well. And on the back here you can see that this attaches to the uniform using a central post and a threaded central post there, and a brass nut basically that goes on the back there. And I don't want to cross thread that, so be nice and careful. So that's how it attaches onto the uniform. You have to make quite a noticeable hole to fit this through, so only fit one of these to a jacket if you really want to, if you've really decided that you want to. Obviously some jackets you'll purchase will come with things like this, qualification badges, qualification clasps already fitted, and this is just one example of many of them out there. As I said at the start of the video, these items were purchased from German.militaria. You can see a flyer here that was included in the package. I can highly recommend going and having a look at German.militaria. There is also a Facebook group, which is a great place to discuss and ask questions, and there's a lot of information posted up there regarding sales on the site, and they have raffles on their competitions as well, where you can win items which people donate, which is fantastic. also a source of information, and you can see on the back here there's some information presented, so you can pause here and have a look. We have the date codes here for the various dates. You'll see these stamped inside MVA clothing, and it indicates the date of manufacture. And at the bottom here we have the branch of service colour, the Waffenfarben, listed here. So white for motorised infantry. Obviously we've got dark green rear services, and then we've got the grass green border guards. So that's this colour here around the edge, and also on the backing as well. On the back of these you can see. So that's a list of the different colours that we used, and I can highly recommend going and having a look at the site and also having a look at the Facebook group if you're interested in East German militaria. I will of course put links to both the website, the web shop, and the Facebook group down below as well. The web shop does also have some information on there, has some size guides and information on uniforms and so forth on there as well. Well worth a look. So thank you once again, Torsten. A nice little selection of bits and pieces have arrived here. And as I say, not a particularly long video because there's not a huge amount to look at here, but nevertheless I thought they were interesting bits and pieces to have a look at, and it would make a nice little video. So there we are. I do hope you found it interesting looking at those bits and pieces, obviously elements which will appear in future videos looking at East German uniforms and so forth. A big thank you again to Torsten, particularly for the extra shoulder boards thrown in there. Thank you very much indeed, Torsten. And as I say, I can highly recommend going and having a look at both the web shop and the Facebook group if you're interested in East German militaria. Well worth going and following over on Facebook. You're alerted on there of discounts on the web shop and so forth as well. So I've been very pleased with the service I've received in terms of delivery times and everything as well. I can highly recommend going and having a look at the web shop. So link down below in a pinned comment as said before. That's everything for this video. I do hope you found it interesting. If you've found it interesting and you'd like to see more of this sort of thing, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And whether you're newly subscribing or you've previously subscribed, please do make sure you hit the little bell, the notification button down below. That will of course alert you when I upload future videos. That's everything for this video, as I say, so until next time, bye for now.